Benedictus, the Song of Zechariah, page 26. If each person would speak a verse, that would be good. Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace. Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace.
Blessed be the Creator of all the earth. God has come to live among us. Among the poorest of the poor, God has made a home.
Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace.
According to the promise made long ago, God has brought us freedom. Sound the trumpet of a new day. No fear, no violence, and no enemies.
Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace.
God has remembered the holy promise, the promise to Abraham and to Sarah, that all people of this world will live free, together like the stars of the sky in radiant harmony.
Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace.
God will lead us to the knowledge of peace by the forgiveness of our own sins. Because of the tender mercy of our God, the sun will shine upon us in our darkness to guide our feet into the ways of peace.
Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace. And we will be called the prophets of the Most High, speaking truth to power, like voices in the wilderness, crying out with the poor, crying out for justice. Blessed be God, blessed be God, blessed be God who sets us free. O Father of mercy, O Mother of peace. Page 29. Page 29. Como encender el fuego de la esperanza. How to ignite the fire of hope. Como encender el fuego de la esperanza. 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 Como encender el fuego de la esperanza.
last night you mentioned continuing some of the discussion around senses. So, for the senses, may the touch of your skin register the beauty of the otherness that surrounds you. May your listening be attuned to the deeper silence, where sound is honed to bring distance home. May the fragrance of a breathing meadow refresh your heart and remind you are a child of the earth. And when you partake of food and drink, may your taste quicken to the gift and sweetness that flows from the earth. May your inner eye see through the surfaces and glean the real presence of everything that meets you. May your soul beautify the desires of your eyes, that you might glimpse the infinity that hides in the simple sights that seem warm to your usual eyes.
Nice choice.
Thank you. So, if you would, one more time, please.
Oh, sure. May the touch of your skin register the beauty of the otherness that surrounds you. May your listening be attuned to the deeper silence where sound is honed to bring distance home. May the fragrance of a breathing meadow refresh your heart and remind you are a child of the earth. And when you partake of food and drink, may you taste quicken to the gift and sweetness that flows from the earth. May your inner eye see through the surfaces and glean the real presence of everything that meets you. May your soul beautify the desire of your eyes, that might glimpse the infinity that hides in the simple sights that seem warm to your usual eyes.
Thank you. Anyone care to respond to that reading? Other than Sita.
I find it hard to, what's the word, reconcile my spirit, the existence of my spirit, with the fact that I have physical body, and I've always thought like I have to disregard the senses. That's not necessarily true. Learning, they are a gift in a way to appreciate God's creation.
I really like the last sentence tonight. May your soul beautify the desires of your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see the old, the new, or something that just that line.
Right, that you might glimpse the infinity that hides in the simple sights that seem warm to your usual eyes.
Yeah.
Right? To get used to things.
Mm-hmm.
The first sentence seemed to set the tone so well by saying that maybe that may the touch of our skin remind us of the otherness all around us,
Mm-hmm.
the beauty of the otherness.
May your inner eye see through the surfaces and glean the real presence of everything that meets you.
Mm-hmm. I like that too.
Yeah, like having a less superficial perspective.
Right, and not just going with like like whatever you've been trained your mind to perceive. And, like to see it for what it really is.
What you've been programmed to perceive.
Right?
To,
Well, it works both ways. Receive and perceive.
Any other thoughts? want to, for a moment, reflect on one word in that reading, and it's the word otherness. What does the poet mean by that in the poetic reading? What do you think? Otherness.
Everything that's not you.
Okay.
And there's otherness, there's the possibility for relationship.
Mhm.
Is it the unexplainable presence,
Mm.
energy?
Mhm. Of
Like, there's a field that connects everything
okay,
and makes everything one.
okay.
What is observing our thoughts?
So otherness is therefore what for you?
It's non-matter. It's beyond your senses.
Okay. Could, in the poem itself, would you mind reading one more time the sentence that includes otherness? I just want to hear it one more time, please.
Sure. May the touch of your skin register the beauty of the otherness that surrounds you.
Mm.
If you're touching your skin, that is the senses, so
Mm.
it could be a reminder that your fellow man, you see the beauty in them.
Mhm. So just for a moment, when I hear that, image comes to mind of conversation. David White, wonderful poet, says life is conversation. And not necessarily words, but more of a back and forth kind of relational exchange, dance, if you will, of beings. And what occurs to me is when I hear somebody say something, and it could be in words, not necessarily, but maybe in a facial expression, a gesture. Right now I'm trying to understand the language of puppy, and it's not always words. Okay.
I heard Orion yell. I'm gonna go check on it.
Oh, okay, sure, we'll wait for you. Maybe we should get an oriental rug for Sita's kennel. That might stop the scratching constantly and the sound. I'm joking, of course.
Oh.
I'm oriental rug.
Never know.
I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
Uh,
You ever remember what?
Oh, look, there's one right next to my bed you can use.
This is just something to cover up that space that she's constantly clawing at. Oh, yes, please. That's a big question.
She wants to write the thing too.
Oh, she did, she put that out. Okay,
Choices.
thank you. Say thank you. You okay?
Yeah, just, mother
Yeah.
paranoia.
Yeah, of course. So, the image of a conversation, not necessarily with words, to discern the otherness of another. I think it's fair to say that we can never truly know another person completely. We just can't. There's an infinity of the person that we do not have access to. Okay, it's an infinity. It's forever. It's a mystery. And the same is true for us as individuals. Nobody can truly know us completely. This is not possible. That's part of what it means, I believe, to say that each person is made in the image of God. Okay? It's just a forever, infinite depth of being, and we can explore that to some degree, but it's always to some degree. At the same time, I think it's important to say we can, if we want to, engage in learning and understanding another person. And here's what's fascinating to me. More and more I'm finding that when somebody speaks, and I hear them speak, sometimes I don't hear them speak, but when I do, and I'm consciously choosing to engage with that person, it's most often at the level of emotion, of feeling, which for me is a challenge. And what happens is, before I say any words in response to what somebody might be saying, I feel something. Okay. And whatever it is, I need to be with that. Even if it's for a split second, right? But just to feel what I'm feeling in the midst of a conversation. Yeah. That may sound overly simplistic, but I think it's really important, because what happens very often is that when we are in a conversation and somebody says something, we react. Right? We hear something and we get it back, whatever it is, rather than feeling what that person might be feeling, or at least being open. We can never truly, totally feel what another person feels. It's part of the mystery. But we can approximate, we can touch, the edge of mystery. We can dip our toe in infinity. Okay. And if we do that, I think the chances of relationship increase much more. The possibility of engagement and encounter become real. And it's very exciting to me, as somebody who is on the spectrum, to begin at the age of 70 to open up to this possibility. Okay? That when I'm with another person, I'm consciously now choosing to be vulnerable to what they are feeling, what they are experiencing. Yeah? This is new for me. Okay. I'm sorry to say that for the previous part of my life, I've just been kind of sheltering from other people's emotions. And but it's like a perfect storm happening at the moment in terms of my own life and soul and emotion. Having a puppy is a big thing, needless to say. And I'm trying to learn what she is trying to say. And it's obviously not in words. It's in sound, it's in expression, it's in movement. And when I'm out at 2:30 in the morning and saying to her, "Sita, please poop, I'm tired," I'm beginning to see her movement as she moves from side to side, and when it's about to happen. Okay. And somehow or other, it makes me very happy. Not just that she's gonna poop, but to actually engage with another being, to understand what that being is saying. Right? With a human being, of course, we do a lot of words, which is fine. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, the next time you have a conversation with somebody, engage emotionally. Engage what they are offering. And just to celebrate, to affirm, to bless and support what that other person is experiencing. When somebody says, I went to the supermarket today and I was so happy to find the kind of dill pickles that I love. And rather than saying, "Oh, but they always have dill pickles there," say, "Yeah, dill pickles." I really feel the joy of dill pickles. So it's a dimension of invisible encounter that I think is a big part of what it means to be human. And it brings great joy. Dill pickles can bring great joy.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good. They're really good, yeah. And it's not adding to or in any way suggesting anything other than dill pickles. It's just the pure joy of dill pickles. And I think that's what I experience at 2:30 in the morning with little Sita here. The pure joy of having a poop in the field. Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange? Tim says, you're damn right it's weird and strange. And I'm about to become a monk in this community. Man.
For the rest of my life.
I know, what have I signed up for? Yeah. I thought this was about spirituality. Now you're telling me it's about poop. And dill pickles. Anyway, so any thoughts on that? What's that?
Loving your neighbor as yourself. So half of the law.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
it's so important.
I'm more recently become aware that I'm a bit of an empath. I pick up more and more on other people's feelings. But being here, I can just turn that into a fun thing, kind of like what you're pointing at, to just, like, oh, that's so great. Or I forget, Eric said something the other day, just some simple little thing. And it's like, oh, wasn't that fun? And he's like, yeah, that was fun. So, that's,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like you're embracing the person in their moment
Mm-hmm.
of whatever it is they're experiencing and saying yes
Yeah.
to that. Yes. There was a great psychologist, therapist, psychiatrist, actually, Carl Rogers, who basically his philosophy of therapy was love him, just love him. And he goes into great depth, of course, what that means. But part of it was exactly what we're talking about now. Just say yes to what the person is experiencing. You know, say it with emotion, say it with meaning, genuine honesty and love. And it's that love that heals, that helps. Yeah. Any other thoughts before we? And Brittany, I know that we were going to continue the Bible study tonight. Let's wait till Saturday night
Okay.
for that. What I'd like to do is to ask you all to take a look at a certain gospel passage between now and Saturday night.
Which one?
Right. So it's the one where Jesus struggles in the desert with what are sometimes called the three temptations. I call them the three invitations. Because behind the temptation is an invitation from God. So have a look at that. I think it's in Mark's Gospel and Matthew's Gospel, maybe Luke's Gospel as well. But see what you can discover. If you see it in Mark's Gospel, look for it also in Matthew's Gospel, because the two are slightly different. Okay? It's basically the same event, same moment, but there's some difference. And if you find it in Matthew's Gospel, look for it in Luke's Gospel. I don't know. I think it's in two Gospels.
How did they find out about it? Did Jesus recount it to them and they wrote it down?
It's a good question. That's a great question. That's one of the questions that scholars have asked for centuries.
It has to be the case.
Yeah, seems likely.
That would explain why they have slightly different variations. This is what they heard.
Yeah, that would make sense. So have a look at it and read it over a couple times, okay? And see what the text is saying to you, what the Spirit is saying to you through the text. Okay. And then Saturday night, we'll have a look at it together.
I like how it describes that the Spirit led him. I just seemed like a child after getting baptized, like
Yeah,
being led.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're like, okay, you have a little experience,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, is that what, is, you know, if you were Jesus in that moment and you had just been baptized, what would you want to do next?
Then where are you going? Where are you taking me now, Dove?
Yeah, no, really.
Oh, what's next?
So play with that. Yeah, enjoy it. Okay, so let's turn in the songbooks to, this is Thursday night, and on Thursdays we remember Jesus washing feet. And I should have written a song specifically about feet, but the next best thing is found on page 40. Page 40. Make me an instrument of your peace. Page 40. So this is the prayer that we pray to somehow be helpful in the world, not harmful, but helpful. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. The close of this day, we give you thanks for your great love, the invisible, visible reality of unconditional love. May we hear that voice that sings to us, you are my beloved, I delight in you. And may we share that good news with others everywhere. May it be so.